Lewis Hamilton claimed a runaway but crucial win in the Qatar GP to strengthen his hopes of winning a record 8th world title as Max Verstappen recovered from his grid penalty back into second, and Fernando Alonso brilliantly took his first F1 podium for 7 years. Hamilton's section victory in as many weeks was never in doubt from the moment he converted his dominant pole into the race lead on F1's first start of the Sales circuit. He moves to within 8 points of Verstappen with just 2 races to go of this amazing season. The lead up to the race was determined by the wait to learn whether F1's world title leader will receive a grid drop for yellow flag infringements in qualifying. A penalty of 5 places was duly applied by the stewards less than 2 hours before lights out, but the Dutchman had recovered from his grid possession as second place within 5 laps as a restart. But that was where Verstappen's early charge ended, as he managed to make no impression on the serene Hamilton thereafter, with his main focus instead ensuring he took fastest that bonus point and not his British rival, which he managed to achieve. From a lead of 21 points just 8 days ago, Verstappen's advantage of 8 points with 52 left to play for in Saudi Arabia on December the 5th and Abu Dhabi on December the 12th now looks precarious on the evidence of Hamilton-Mercedes pace at the last 2 events. Tantalisingly, Verstappen and Hamilton will go into Abu Dhabi to decide a level on points if the latter won the fastest lap in 2 weeks' time. Of course, presuming he wins the race as well at Saudi Arabia's Jeddah track. While the battle at the front was settled early here, there was excitement from behind involving the battle for the final podium position, involving the second cars of Mercedes and Red Bull, plus the interlooper of Alonso in the Alpine. Valtteri Bottas, who received a 3-place grid penalty for not staying for yellows at the end of Q3, enjoyed a torrid start to the race from 6th, but had raced back into 3rd before his Mercedes front tyre suddenly punctured. He eventually retired with car damage, a costly blow to Mercedes in their fight with Red Bull for the Constructors' title. Sergio Perez was then in the hunt for the second Red Bull team, adopting a 2-stop strategy. He ran out of time to catch Alonso, however, whose brilliant weekend was capped by a stunning 1-stop, while others faltered and suffered punches on warm rubber. Alonso had originally qualified 5th, but inherited 3rd due to Verstappen and Bottas' penalties. He overtook Pierre Gasly on the opening lap to initially run second to Hamilton. It is the 42-year-old 2-time world champion's 98th podium in the sport, and his first since 2014 Hungarian Grand Prix, when he took one when he was driving for Ferrari. 3rd for Alonso and 5th for teammate Esteban Ocon was a big Sunday for Alpine, who now move clear of AlphaTauri, who managed to score no points. Playing catch-up in the championship into the late weeks of the season, Hamilton could not have asked for a more straightforward victory than the one he enjoyed on Sunday under the floodlights in the evening of the desert. While his championship rival was meeting the stewards in the hours ahead of the race, Hamilton always knew what he needed to do starting at the head of the grid, and he certainly didn't waste that opportunity. With Verstappen relegated to row 4, Hamilton held off front row debutant Gasly on the run into the first corner and quickly set about making his advantage count. By the time his Red Bull rival was into second place 4 laps later, Hamilton's lead was just over 4 seconds. It never got smaller than that. It was pretty straightforward and pretty lonely, admitted Hamilton, as he reflected on his 7th win of the season and 102 in total. Of course I enjoy these battles, but when you're battling through and you really need those points, I think it was a real solid job from the team, said Verstappen. Hamilton added, "I'm really grateful for the points. It's been a hell of a year. To be at this point in the season and have back-to-back wins is great, and it puts us in a good position for the next 2. And what thrilling races the next 2 are going to be. 8 points, 2 races to go. Just absolutely incredible. It's what us F1 fans have wanted for years, and we're finally getting it. I just can't wait for those 2 races. But before I go, let me run you through the final classification. Of course, Hamilton winning. Thoughtless from him all weekend, did a great job. Verstappen, it's a decent recovery, but yeah, when Bottas went out, it's kind of always going to be second plus likely fastest lap with the gap he had. Alonso in 3rd, just brilliant seeing him back on the podium. After all of those years, it's great. Perez in 4th, it's frustrating. I think his tyres would have made it to the end, considering they were fresh on Alonso, to lose on the place, but still a decent recovery. And then you've got Ocon in 5th, great day for him, and Alpine just getting that gap over AlphaTauri, and their pace was just dreadful. You really do feel like that cost them P5 in the Constructors. Stroll in 6th, really solid, wasn't expecting him to be that high, but really solid from him. Sainz and Leclerc, decent job, ahead of both McLarens. Leclerc better after that chassis fix, and then Norris in 9th. That late puncher was such a shame, to be honest. And then Vettel in 10th, decent recovery after a poor start from him. We've already touched on the AlphaTauri whereas Ricciardo had some sort of fuel issue, so yeah, really not an ideal day for him. And then you've got Raikkonen and Giovinazzi, kind of where you expect the Alphas, not much happening for them. And then Schumacher managed to finish ahead of Russell with the puncture, so that's a decent job from him. And Mazepin was just miles behind, but with the lack of action Mazepin had, and comparison to where Mazepin has, you kind of expected it. And Latifi and Bottas, just unlucky for them with the punctures. And Bottas especially, I thought he could have got P3 there if he was going to go to softs till the end maybe. So yeah, just a shame it didn't work out. Hey guys, that's it for the video. Thanks very much for watching. Remember to like, share, subscribe. Let me know your thoughts, comments down below. Follow me on Twitter. Thanks for watching for daily F1 news and subscribe to my channel and subscribe. That'd be greatly appreciated. Thanks very much for watching. Peace.